Alright, so we have a 3-day weekend this weekend.
Sort of. I thought it was a 5-day weekend.
That's just because we had to drive for your CAT scan appointment.
Yeah. So it's not a full working 5-day weekend, but it's a 5-day weekend.
Yeah. So we have a lot of work to do, but we have pretty much everything we need to finish all the connections and get this thing mounted up. So what we're going to start with today is we're going to go straight for the hard part, and that's going to be running the main line sets for this back unit along the entire length of the chassis and getting that up into place. So I imagine this is going to be the hardest one out of anything else we do, and while we have the energy, we're just going to go for it, because if we do this, it's all downhill from there, hopefully. So ready to get started. Yeah, let's do this.
Heck yeah, thanks guys.
What I'm going to do is, before I run out of daylight today, I want to get this one ran on the other side of the chassis, and then all the hard work will be done today. And then if that's all we do for the day, I'm totally fine with it. You know, if we have some time, and if we don't, we'll start this tomorrow morning. I'd like to make my connections to my breaker box and also to my compressor unit, and then go ahead and get the harnesses from both the long line set as well as the short one coming down. Go ahead and make all the electrical connections to the compressor unit, because that way tomorrow we're ready to actually lift the compressor unit up in place and put all our mounting in. If we get all that wiring done and get it bolted up, then what we need to do next is basically just run the line set, the big thick cable, so it's a 1/4 inch for the liquid and a 1/2 inch for the vapor, and run those down from the front side of the bus and have those ready to go as well. And then starting tomorrow evening or going into Monday, we can start making all our connections. So we'll be cutting, flaring, torquing, getting all the the flared connections done, basically we'll just be ready to pull a vacuum and start testing for leaks. I did talk to an HVAC guy. I'm a little concerned because apparently a lot of them will actually compress your system with high pressure of like nitrogen up to like 200 psi, and that way it's like blowing out instead of potentially pulling in vapor or dust into your system when you're checking for leaks. But I was debating on still hiring someone, so I might make some calls still going into next week just to see if anyone's available to come out and do it for cheap, especially since all the connections will be made. If I do it myself, then I was thinking we'll pull a vacuum and we'll let it sit for like overnight just to make sure the vacuum holds. Anyway, I'm just ranting now, but I'm just working it all out in my head. It's looking good though. It's just a lot of work being under this bus. And I'm really glad we got this section of the line set done. It was a nightmare. Try not to poke the shit out of myself. Alright, it's looking good, looking good. That looks important. Let's navigate around this. Okay, awesome. All right, so now the 20 amp, the four connector 10 gauge wires ran. all along the chassis. It's ready to be mounted up in the box in there. And now we have all the slack we need right here to finish out the main electrical connection. I hope this is focused on me. Anyways, I'm getting the how do you call this? Oh yeah, I'm getting the eyelets connected to the electrical right now. Getting all that prepared. So that's all I'm doing. Yeah, not a whole lot to film though. So anyway, I'll let you go. Kobe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, we are going to go to bed. Paige is cooking us some chicken and rice. And we are exhausted. So, hopefully over the next 2 days we'll get everything done. But I guess we'll see. See you in the morning. Alright, so today is Sunday, June 26th. And today we're going to be focusing on getting the 2 electrical harnesses wired into the indoor units, as well as get their drain pipe ran out as well on both sides. And then we're going to move on to running the line set for the front unit. Should be 10 times easier than this previous one. So, and you can kind of see from yesterday where we were able to get this line set ran up and over with plenty of slack. So it is now ready to be cut, flared, and attached to that unit. So we're getting really close, really close. I was able to actually pick up a vacuum pump as well for like $35. And then we're going to be borrowing a gauge set from a friend going into next weekend. So that way we can actually vacuum the lines out ourselves. And yeah, I'd like to be able to do this project totally by ourselves. It'd be super nice. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Here we go. See, it's in. Is there? Oh, I bet there's a screw we're missing. There's got to be like a screw or something, right? I also can't totally tell where.
I see the clips.
Sure?
Yeah. You can see the clips. The very bottom right there. You can see that tiny little clip.
So do I need to push in from that side? Let me lay it back down on its stomach, and then see if hold this or something.
It looks like they're grabbing these from the sides. It looks like they're popping this one loose like this, and then they're using this one to almost pop it out like that.
No flipping way. Screwdriver. Probably just being too gentle with it, but I've broken my fair share of clips in a car.
Hey, booyah.
Okay, so going from the side with the screwdriver and just pop.
Fantastic. High five.
I mean, it'll be tight on the road too. Okay, and it does slide out directly towards us. Boing, 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 boing. Oh, it just slides up. So, electrical is connected and our drain lines are connected. Well, the sections that port right to the indoor unit. So we have to run to town. We have like a little get together here today at Dan's. So we got to get some groceries, and then we are going to pick up some stuff from Lowe's. So two things we need is I forgot to buy bolts for the mini split condenser that mounts to our frame rails. It's a different size than the M12. So I'm gonna go measure that. We gotta get some bolts for that. And then the other thing is we need some, I forget what they're called. It's like the conduit clamps, similar to when you go into the breaker box. So I want to utilize those on the condenser just to make sure that there's no chance of anything pulling and loosening. So we need some 3/4 inch, two of those, and we should be good. I actually think there was something else I'm supposed to buy, but it's like slipping my mind right now. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna pack up and then we're gonna go do that and then we're coming back. So don't know if we're gonna get some more work in tonight. If so, I may just finish up the drain lines. Just make those connections, the clamp, and run it down the side. So yeah, getting pretty excited because tomorrow will be the line set attachments. I've never flared a line set before, but we have all the tools, so super exciting. And also, I kind of regret getting such a large unit in the front. There's actually a condenser unit that is the same size as the one we currently have, but instead of 24,000 BTUs, it's 18,000. And we could have saved quite a bit of money if we would have done that model with two 9,000 indoor units. But, well, it's too late now. At the very least, I should have done maybe two 12 units or something like that. Made it easier, but we're almost there. It's almost done. We just gotta get past this part. So anyway, we're gonna run to town. So, it's Monday. I technically have the day off of work. It's Memorial Day. And it's kind of slow this morning. I'm pretty mad. I didn't get the correct size clamps for our wires that go on the condenser unit for strain relief. And I let a friend borrow my hole saw kit, so I can't drill out the holes for those any bigger either. It was pretty important today. So Dan, when he gets back, he's gonna look and see if he's got a 1-inch hole saw. Worst case scenario, we just have to wait on the electrical on the condenser. So what I'm about to go ahead and do is finish up the drain line for this back unit, and then I'm also going to start preparing to do the line set for the front unit. Yeah, because it's time to get that one done, and it's going to be pretty scary. So, high chance of kinking, and the angles, there's going to be quite a few 90-degree angles. So, we just got to be very, very careful. But yeah, so let's get started. found an extra hole saw that I didn't know I had. It happens to be 1 1/8, so it's gonna work for us. I'm gonna drill those out real quick. Ah!
Trying to keep it behind these cables. Probably gonna run it above these though.
Like I said, I was gonna cut this lip down right here.
Right, but the line set will be up here. Not down here.
That doesn't really matter to me. I can cut and extend these. Alright, so we got our first 1/2 inch line set. We'll go over after insulation, go into this pocket, and then swing over through our hole, and it'll connect to the mini split here. All thanks to you. Could not have done this by myself, and I was pretty stressed out.
It wasn't that big of a deal though.
It wasn't that bad. The 1/4 inch one should go easier too. I feel like 1/4 inch is more forgiving, but it's also easier to just go on accident. It's so small. But
Alright, so
yeah.
let's do number 2.
yeah, let's finish this up.
process.
Alright, so I was able to get the holes drilled for the feet into our angle iron here. It looks like I have to use, for the anti-vibration feet, I have to use the new pads I bought, one of those, and like a partial of the original ones it came with to get the right height. I'm gonna wait, finish that up next weekend, and yeah, it's looking pretty good, but we're gonna pack up. We actually have to travel to Las Vegas starting tonight and finish tomorrow, so Paige can get her CAT scan done, so that way they can make sure that her bone is completely healed before we take this plate out. So next weekend I'm hoping we're gonna get finished up. It'll be making these final bolts, bolt connections. It will be cutting line sets and attaching them, and then it will be vacuuming out the line set, making sure they don't leak, and then turn around and crack the lines and make sure we are good to go. So it's going to be a total of like 8 flare connections that I'm going to have to do. I'm pretty nervous about it, but hopefully it all goes well. So alright, so we're going to pack up so we can get out of here. See you next weekend.